Hey Jackson, this is Coach Tim from your Milwaukee Brewers. Hey, listen, I realized the last video that I had Coach Brian do for you got accidentally deleted. But anyway, I want to take a look at this and talk to you about some things, okay? Let's start by taking a look at your swing together. Now you squared that up pretty nicely. My biggest issue here is that there's a lot more power packed into this little body of yours than what you're using right now. Let me talk to you about how to get that out. Remember how importantly we talked about the heel down position is? The concept being, in order for us to finish correctly, we need to start in the right position. Ryan Braun over here, like all great hitters, and he hit a grand slam today, so he's getting back to where we would like him to be, gets into a classic power hitter's position when that front heel comes down, right? Heel is down, and now what are we looking at? We're looking at his head is over his belt buckle, pretty much bisecting his legs, very balanced. Knob of the bat pointed down toward the catcher's feet, hands at about shoulder height, eyes where they belong, hands back at or slightly inside that back elbow, back foot pointed straight across. He opens up just a little bit, but he keeps his knee and his hip closed. All right, now that just went over about 9 things right there that define the proper posture at heel down. I don't have to repeat them because you can always replay the video. All right. Now I want you to take a look at where you are at heel down. All right. Does it look anything at all like where Ryan is? Does it not make sense that I can generate more power from here than I can from here? I think you can pretty much see that. All right. And you never really get there. See, you never really get to that position. So what's happening here is this is kind of an upper body swing. I know you're turning your body, but your hands are so far out front that it really is just your upper body kind of coming through. And I want you to keep in mind that power comes from in here. All right? It doesn't come from these bad boys, those guns. That's not where it comes from. The core, the hips, the knee, that lower half, driving, firing is what brings the shoulders, brings the arms, brings the hands, the bat to the ball with velocity. The hands make the final adjustment to the baseball. That's where power comes from, and it's the same thing when you're throwing. It comes from your lower half. So we got to make sure that we engage that correctly, and we do that by starting right there. Now, the next thing is I want you to watch his hand path. He pulls those hands directly down to the ball. Watch him pull right down that line. See that? That's what we talk about. That's the picture definition of a baseball player staying inside the ball. He is short and then long through the ball. That's what we're always trying to do. He's short here and quick, right to the ball, and then long through the ball for power, that post-contact extension. All right? And so I can't really advise you too much here because you never really get up here. Your hands right now should be up here, okay, with the knob of that bat pointed that way, not down toward your feet, down toward the catcher's feet, right? So the most important thing for you, Jackson, is to really work hard on getting here. And it's not just Ryan Braun. It's Carlos Gomez. It's Scooter Gennett. It's Jonathan Lucroy. It's Aramis Ramirez. It's Mike Trout. It's Robinson Cano. It's Big Papi. All the great hitters get in remarkably similar position when that front heel hits the ground. And that's why you're just not in a position here to fire those hips and to then bring those shoulders and hands snapping through that ball. You're just not in a position to do that. Okay? So that's what I mean by there's a lot of power left sitting there, but it starts here. Everything that happens after this is a function of where you start. So all this is going to change. I don't even want to comment on most of this because it looks fine, but it's all going to change when we start differently. Now the one thing I will talk about is see the way that front knee is bending? Let's take a look at Ryan Braun's front knee. Little bend in it? Yeah, but watch how it locks out. See how it locks out? That's that front hip is firming up, and that back hip is firing around it, bringing the shoulders and the arms and the hands and the bat head. When I see a knee like yours that never really tightens up, that means that that hip just isn't quite locking up. And that's what allows our hips to fire through, which brings the upper half and creates bat speed. But in your case, you're not doing that because you're really just swinging with your arms here, just kind of pushing the bat through. Okay? It's a lot of stuff. But you're a good ball player and you want to become a much better ball player, so I'm not going to pull any punches with you. You can do this, but it's going to take some practice. but it starts getting right there. Okay? So you can do this. You've got a mirror and you've got good work ethic. So get after it. So when I see you next time, I want to make sure that you're doing that. Okay? In the meantime, you'll have a lot of school left still. Don't forget to hit the books as hard as you hit the baseball. So until this summer, go Brewers. See you, Jackson.